Hi, my name is Kabrina from BGC16, and you're watching Instant Reaction TV with NyphenFreshh.
Hello everybody, welcome to Instant Reaction TV, where things get instant. I'm your host, NyphenFreshh, and thanks for tuning into today's show, What's Your Instant Reaction? Today, we're here with the gorgeous, beautiful Kabrina from BGC16. Holla! Hey, gorgeous!
Hello, honey. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Great. I'm doing wonderful. Okay. Living.
I see, you look fabulous.
Thank you so much. Doing the all natural thing, no makeup.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Natural is the way to be. I am loving it. That is so awesome.
All right. Thank you.
That is great. Oh my gosh. So why don't we start by you telling us, your horoscope, what you do for a living, where you're from?
Okay. Well, from the west side of Chicago, born and raised.
Okay.
I am a Libra. My birthday is September 24th. I'm 23 years old, so I'll be 24 next month. And as of right now, I quit my job and I'm pursuing the entrepreneurship. I just dropped a book. It'll be out August 20th. I recently graduated culinary school and I am
Great.
on the Bad Girls Club.
Hey, that is so great. That is awesome. Now, you remind me of a recent bad girl. I'm not sure if you know Liv from BGC15.
Everyone says that. Are you serious?
No, I feel like I'm doing the interview with her all over again because you guys were both natural. And
Uh-huh.
if I remember correctly, you guys are both Libra, so you guys already have so much in common. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That. Everyone says that under my pictures and stuff.
Oh, that is so funny.
For being so pretty.
Oh, yes, of course. Very, very pretty, may I say. So, what's your ethnicity? You kind of have like an interesting look. What's your ethnicity?
Well, I'm African American, Italian, and South Jamaican.
African American, Italian, and South Jamaican.
Yes, I
Oh,
am.
so, which one of your parents are which?
Well, my mom's black. She's from Mississippi. She's raised here in Chicago, and my dad is Italian and South Jamaican.
Oh my God, that is so cool. So, have you ever been to Jamaica or?
I honestly haven't. I'm supposed to be taking a trip to Italy pretty soon. My family has been there to visit and, go see the family that we do still have out there. But I'm not as close to my dad's side of the family as
Oh,
I would choose to be. But, that's just whatever it is, what it is.
right. Okay. Now, Miss Kabrina, how did you hear about BGC16?
Well, to be honest, this was like my third time trying out for BG16. So for all the young ladies out there trying to try out and feeling like, well, I want to be on reality TV and they don't get to make it, don't give
Right.
up. Keep going because you just may not have what they're looking for that season, but it may not just be your season. Your season may be coming. This season is based off of social media. I've had a very big social media following for a long time. Like this is my third social media page on Instagram. I've got
Okay.
hacked, got blocked. People have booked taking my Instagram from
Oh
me,
no.
and yes, oh my God, haters.
That's
But
crazy.
I've got a page, and I really, have a good following, and they sought me out this time. They came for me.
Oh, okay. So they came for you. So I know back in the old BGC days. I know this is a social media season, but back in the BGC days, I know they used to scout girls. Did they scout you?
Pretty much, I would say they scouted me because I received an email telling me that they wanted me to try out for this season, the season that I'm on, which is
Okay.
16. And then I went out for it, and I didn't have to go through any of the group interviews and the big casting call or anything. It was a straight one-on-one thing, and then from there it was to LA, and then it was bow, back and forth. Like I never had to go through with this season. I never had to go through the hassle. Like everything was like straight direct, like straightforward with
Oh
me.
my God! Wow, that's awesome. Now, did you said you applied for BGC before, correct?
Yes, I did. I went out for the sister season, actually,
Oh.
season 15, me and my sister, but my sister actually ended up getting pregnant, which was a
Oh.
bummer. So we had to like bow out of that one.
So
And
there's
then
two
I went
baddies. Okay.
Yeah, and
No?
then I went out for the Chicago season when it was in my city, but I just so happened to not make it. Like I don't know why they didn't pick me when it's my city, and I would have killed that shit. But it was what it was. They were looking for a certain thing at that time, and now I'm here.
Okay. But you know what? You're right here, right now. You're gonna be on BGC16. So what's up?
Hello, hello. What better time than now? I don't
Exactly.
know.
Now, did you watch BGC? Did you watch the previous BGC seasons before you tried out, or are you new to watching it?
I've been a BGC fan for years. I've seen every season. I didn't finish season 15 because I wasn't here to finish it. I wasn't, around the television or anything because I was filming. But I have caught up with it and I know what happened. And, the Diamond and Liv weren't sisters and
Exactly.
all of those things. I've heard about it and I keep up with stuff in the blogs. But
Okay. What season
I,
did you start watching BGC?
I started watching from season one. I can't even remember back at season one. All I remember is like season three where Tiffany from Chicago was on it, and then the Amber. Welcome to the Amber Show.
Oh, okay.
That's far back I remember, like starting to watch Bad Girls Club and telling
So,
myself.
what was your favorite season?
My favorite season, to be honest, I would say 9.
Nah.
I live by that because
Yes,
they were
me and you both. That was a lit season.
they were in
Lit.
Mexico, and then I loved Megan. I loved Erica. She's from my city.
I
She's from my
don't
home.
understand.
Yeah, hello. She was with the extras. She did that shit and she killed that shit. And she put hands on bitches. She was really with the shits. Like, I also grew fond of Rima, but in the house, I did have my differences with her. I'm just like, she's just here to turn up and be a thought, like whatever. But she wasn't backing down from bitches. She stood her ground, even if she did have to get her ass whooped. She did. She did what she had to do.
Well, I would
Megan.
say that she tried, but I would say that she was definitely more excited to get at certain girls, like that other girl Andrea on BGC9.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not supposed to be biased, but I would say that she definitely was more aggressive towards Andrea than she was aggressive towards Erica or Christina.
Oh yeah, because I feel like in the end, people know who they can, go there with. People pick and choose their battles. Like, choose your battles, bitches.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, you have to choose your battle. Like, you the strong bitch and you know who's the weak bitch. Especially if you're living in a house with a bitch. You see the bitch on a regular basis. So therefore walking around this bitch, oh, I can try this or I can try that. And if you can't.
Exactly.
So you have to seek those people out. And by Andrea being a smaller girl and Rima being bigger at that time, she probably sought her out and felt like, well, this is somebody I can fuck with. But what people don't understand is us small bitches are like rabbit dogs.
And
like,
you know what? You know what? How tall are you?
I'm 4'11".
You're 4'11". Okay, perfect. Now, do you feel like your height was a disadvantage to you trying out for BGC, or do you feel like short girls could get at it too?
Oh no, I've been a fighter all my life. I fought thick girls, big girls, tall girls, small girls. They
Okay.
come in this, and I'm gonna go there with you. I don't give a damn how big you are. I will go there with you. So my height was never an issue for me. I will stand on the chair and knock a bitch down. If that's bitch, don't try it.
I like you're feisty. You already feisty. Now, back to talking about BG. Did you have a favorite BGC girl? Maybe a top 3 or top 1, maybe?
Okay, top 3. Flo.
Yeah, I love Flo.
Megan James.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, I'm so stuck in between Christina and Sarah. Now, the reason I say Sarah is because Sarah is a feisty white bitch. And I love me a white bitch that's not going to back down. You get what I'm saying? Like, I love Blue. So if I had to pick 4, Blue would be in there. Because Blue was so humbled and, very well-spirited. She tried to keep the peace. She didn't want no drama. Now, I didn't like the messiness between her relationships on the show. Like, I felt like she should have contained that a little more. But as a bisexual woman, I know how it is to get wrapped up in that lesbian shit or whatever.
Okay.
But, I really did like Blue. Her character in itself speaks for itself, and she's a fine-ass bitch, if I may say so.
Okay.
But Christina, on the other hand, she was with the shits. Like, she wasn't about that talking. Like, it wasn't with no talking with her. Like, either you gonna run up or you gonna shut up.
Especially that kitchen scene when they're finding the kitchen. Oh!
thing was life, honey. Like, she was a boxer before anything, so I respected that with her because I used to box a long time ago back in the day.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so I
Okay.
love. She had different qualities I liked about her. Megan, on the other hand, beating up two bitches at the same time, I don't think anybody could get better than that.
Yeah, that's true. That was a crazy scene. That was an iconic
Epic.
scene. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So, Miss Kabrina, now when did you find out that you made you're gonna be a replacement this season at BGC16, correct?
Yeah. I am a
Now,
replacement.
okay. Now, when did you find out that you were gonna go and join BGC16 and replace somebody? Did they call you?
Yeah, they called me. I can't say the date of when I actually found out, but the day that they did call me, it was just a random day. I was at work, sitting at my desk, and I was going through a lot of things personally in my life, and things were just like seeming to be like, whatever, and I was starting to like give up hope on a lot of stuff. But then I got that call, and it was like, hey, we're ready for you. Like, we want you to come and kill it, and da da da. And I cried because
Oh,
when you get that call, you're just like, yo, is this really happening? Like, you kidding,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then it still didn't feel real until I got on that plane to get out there. And then it still didn't feel real until I walked into that damn house.
You see, so they called you on the phone. So when they call you, do you have to fly? Do they fly you out that the next day, or do they give you some time to get ready?
No, they give you like a limited amount of time. It's very slender, but they call you, they tell you that you have a certain amount of time and you have to get ready. And I mean, you're super excited. You're ready to go. So you damn near probably already have your stuff packed already and you're ready to hit the road.
So what if a girl doesn't? Let's say what if a girl doesn't have like her weave in, her extensions and whatnot? Do they
I
do they
got
have time to put that there?
it all done in the minimum amount of time, honey. I was ready to slay, not play, okay? Hello. Stop on standby. Bitch, listen, I need my hair done. Is you ready or not? You already know. Come on.
I so they flew you out to LA after they called you. They flew you out to LA. Now, do they put you in a hotel or do they?
I didn't go into the house directly right when I got out there. It was
Okay,
like, getting prepared for it and everything, like getting up to speed and finding out, what's going on and, finding out rules and all of those things.
exactly.
Like, you don't just walk directly into the hell's chamber. No.
Okay, now before taking you to the house, I noticed on BGC replacements have a tradition of doing like interviews and getting we get to know you before you go into the house.
hmm
So do they take you to a place to do interviews before you enter the house, or do you enter the house first and then do the interviews?
I don't know. My interviews and stuff were done a long time ago because, again, it wasn't set in stone of me going to be a replacement. I could have been an original. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
it's not like they seek out replacements and they put them in a category, or they seek out originals, they put them in a category. Like, it's a business and they know what's going to bring ratings and they know who's going to bring ratings and they know which bitches aren't going to last long and they know which bitches are going to leave. So I feel like that's why they pick certain people as replacements, because they know, I mean, because they know those strong people are going to come in and they're going to stick it out, and they know some of the weak bitches is not going to make it, so they might as well send them in the house so they can get sent home.
Exactly. Now, I definitely agree. Now, do they have a replacement list? Because I noticed in the later seasons of
I have
BGC.
how that works. I honestly cannot tell you. They won't even give us the answers. I literally don't know how they do the replacement
Because I see
calls.
like some BGC girls like names on the walls and their pictures. They're not even in the house yet. So I'm just like, how does that work?
Yeah, that was intense because my name was on the wall and I wasn't there yet. But like I said, it was written in stone that I was on my way. Like, it was never a fact that I wasn't gonna come in the house. Like, people have to understand with this whole original and replacement separation, it's stupid as fuck because if you ever seen a season of Bear Girls Club where no originals have went home, I don't know what the fuck you've been watching. It's This is what this show is. It's not the real world where people come and they stay and they don't get eliminated. No, motherfucker, you gotta go. Like, somebody, so therefore somebody got to come in,
I
and
definitely
that's
agree. I definitely agree. So you would agree that usually the girls who stay to the end are the weaker originals. Usually, the girls who stay to the end are the weaker originals, and the ones who kind of spice it up are the replacements. Because it's safe to say that knowing the history of BGC.
well, I wouldn't say weaker originals. I feel like the originals in themselves. it's just about a character. Like a title doesn't make you a weak bitch. Like I feel like your character makes you a weak bitch. Like it's what you can withhold and what you can stand up. You know, I feel like if you come in the house with a mentality as to where I'm gonna be a bully or I'm gonna run this house and people are gonna follow me and I'm gonna have a group of people like do what I say, then you're a weak bitch and you're gonna leave
Okay.
eventually. I feel like if you walk into a place and you're already plotting instead of getting to know these people for themselves, then you have an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And that
perfect.
you're trying to play a game. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, this is a game because you have to get through a house with people that you don't know from a can of paint. But you can't play it as if like you're trying to be little people just to get through it to the end. I feel like if you're playing it as a game, like if you're fucking with people's minds, you're the one that's gonna go home, and
Perfect. And
it makes
that's perfect. Now we're gonna get there too. But you said that they flew you out to LA and you went straight to the house. So Miss Kabrina, what was your instant reaction when you saw the BGC16 house? Was it what you expected?
I thought it was beautiful. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna live here. This is my home now. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here. Like it was like shocking and like I said, extremely like exciting and also at the same time like
Were
overwhelming.
you
Like
nervous?
well, I don't get nervous because I'm always ready. I stay ready, so I never gotta get ready. So I was
Okay.
ready for anything when I walked in. Like if I had seen season 15 where the bitches was walking in the house and they was playing pranks on them, throwing stuff on them
I
and
saw a
stuff.
preview of that. Yeah.
And I would have been damned
Yeah,
if a bitch would
exactly.
have
So you
me.
you definitely weren't gonna go for being jumped or anything
Oh
or
no,
anything. Okay,
oh
great,
no,
great.
no, no.
So Miss Cabrina, when you go to the BGC16 house, were the girls warm to you, or did some girls try to put up some stink attitudes and be kind of bossy to you?
I mean, yeah, it's the BGC house, so some bitches had some stink attitudes, and
Okay,
they wasn't opening their arms, welcoming me with hugs like grandma or nothing. But I didn't care. I was
okay,
there. Here to say it.
perfect.
I wasn't bothered by it. Like, bitch, you can go sleep in your little bed and go to sleep if you want to.
So
Like, whatever.
what were your first? Who struck you as the prettiest girl? Who struck you as a girl? I want to be around her. She wants to turn up. Like who did any girl strike you as that girl right away?
Um, well, first walking in, like with the girls that I was in the house with, my first reaction to like, oh, this bitch is so pretty, it would be Stephanie. I thought that Stephanie was like super fucking sexy. I thought that she was amazing. And I was like, yo, she's loud as hell. She's funny
Stephanie
as hell. And
Tejada?
yeah,
Okay.
Tahada. Yeah.
Hey Tejada.
Yeah. So I definitely thought she was cool as hell, and I thought she was pretty, and I wanted to hang with her. Now, as you guys know already, me and Candace have known each other since we live in the same
Yeah, so
hometown.
you guys knew each other before
So
BGC. Did you
yes, honey.
now were you two childhood friends or
Well, no, not childhood friends, but we have known each other prior to, coming into the house. We've known each other for a while. We've had conversations with each other, shared phone conversations with each other,
wow, okay.
talked about relationships and things together. I consider her someone, to be a close friend or whatever. So, with that being said, I walked in and I saw my bitch and I was like, yes, bitch, Chicago with this motherfucker. Hello.
Now,
Yes.
do you think that the producers knew that you and Candace knew each other before? That's why they put you two in the same house together, or do you think it was just purely coincidental?
Um, do I think that they knew we knew each other? I don't think so. Because we played it to the point of where it was like we weren't gonna talk to each other on social media. We weren't gonna say anything because we didn't want that to ruin either of our
Oh,
chances
so
of getting.
you both knew that you were gonna apply to the show.
Well, we didn't know that we were gonna apply. We figured it out like later down the line, like during the waiting process. We figured it
Okay,
out.
okay, perfect. That's
Well,
awesome. So, Miss Cabrina, so your first night in the house, your first night in the BGC16 house. Now, did since you and Candy knew each other, I assume that you and Candy clicked. You and Candy were cool, and
yes.
it sounds like you and Stephanie Tejada were cool too. So I'm gonna automatically assume that you, Stephanie, and Tejada were cool. Now, Miss Cabrina, can you give us can you kind of give us a hint of who was in the house when you arrived?
Can't tell you, I can tell you that it weren't any fake bitches in the house when I got there.
Okay, so we could say when you arrived to the house that you basically like everybody. Everybody was giving you good vibes.
Yeah, I got to the house. I was getting vibes, good vibes off of everybody. Everything was pretty chill. It didn't seem like any drama was in the air. Like it seemed like things had like piped down a little bit, and things were like cool sailing for the
Okay.
most.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you arrived to the house. Now, Miss Kabrina, did you guys go and turn up at the club? Did you guys go and have a good time?
Oh, we ball, honey. We turned up. We lived it up, honey. I was not gonna be sleeping on my first night in the house. Hell no, honey. I lived up. Trust that.
That's great.
Just
So have you been to LA before, or is this your first time?
I've been to LA before, doing business. It was never like, super, nothing like where I was like just turned up. Well, I'm lying. I actually went there with my best friend one time and we had some fun or whatever. But again, like it was still working because I had did a video shoot and stuff and I was
Okay.
out there.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, perfect. So in LA, I know they have a whole bunch of hotspots in LA, and they have a whole bunch of clubs. But you being in the reality show, do the producers let you guys choose where you want to go, or do the producers control everything?
We got to choose as long as it was like accessible to the camera crew and everything. But they didn't really stop us from doing anything that we wanted to do.
Okay, so do any of the girls? I assume that a lot of the other girls have been to LA before. So do any of the girls know any hotspots in LA, and they choose where? Is the girl who chooses where you go? Like, let's go here and turn up. I've been there before with my friends, or do you guys just randomly guess?
Yeah. When I came in, the girls were suggesting a certain place for us to go, but different places for us to go, different nights, and I was pretty warm and welcoming to it because I didn't know any hot spots in LA. Like it's not like we're in Chicago and I know which clubs to go to, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever they're with, I'm with it.
Okay, perfect. So you guys have a good time. You guys turn up at the club. Now, was that your first time? Is that your first time riding in the limo to the club, or did they drop you off at the house in the limo?
I got dropped off at the house in a nice car. I can't say what, but it was a nice car.
So when they take you to the house in a nice car, do they tell you that do they tell you you're going to be filmed? You have to do they tell you to like pose? Because I've seen some replacements who do they just like they pose when they're getting.
No, you do what you want. You do what you feel. It's
Okay.
your moment. Shine how you shine.
Okay, perfect. So there's no act or anything of how you act or anything like that.
Not. It's reality.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, Miss Kabrina, I know this is going to be a BGC16. It's called a social media season. Now, are we going to see any girls really become arrogant because or talk about I have more followers than you or anything like like I have this is a social media season. So, do you feel like girls have a false mentality of how they really are?
Yeah. My thing is a boss mentality is totally different from being stuck up and conceited.
Okay.
When you a boss, you know how to treat your fellow people around you. When you a boss, you know how to put yourself on a certain level in a platform to appreciate others. You know what I'm saying? And when you a boss, it means you're working for something and you're coming for something. You know what I mean? So you're working towards something, but you always remember where you've come from. So you're gonna stay humbled. You're gonna remain humbled. In this house. I can't speak saying which moments and where the moments happened, but
No
you're gonna see a lot of bitches acting like they're better than the next motherfucker just because they have some type of social media popularity or they have big titties and a fat ass or whatever the case may be. So they're gonna feel like they're better than the next person because maybe she has less followers than her, or maybe she's this or she's that. Like, girl,
okay.
move around.
And so when you say when you first went to the house and girls started kind of acting arrogant because they have followers, now were those the girls who were already in the house with you who started acting different, or was it other girls who came?
Well, the girls' house were all cool people. Like they weren't stuck up bitches. They weren't open ever again. Like it wasn't like that. So these people I'm speaking on have lived in the house, but you know.
Okay, perfect.
Honestly, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
18%.
Oh, really?
Downstairs in my car.
Oh, okay, no problem, Kabrina. I really appreciate you doing this interview.
All right, bye, love.
All right, bye.